Hello and welcome back to the Winners Bracket Final here at the Season 3 Finals, live from Columbus, Ohio. In the MLG TV Arena, we have Team Envious going up against Noble. And it's tied 1-1 team.
That was a huge map. Envy almost making the comeback there on Warhawk, making it a 6-5 situation. Envy did have the offense, but nice push from Miyagi at that blue tarp to get that initial trade on the first blood, even though Formal was picking up the first one. But now, 1-1 in the series. I think Noble really needs to take this Warhawk Blitz. That was a lot of reallys, but I'm trying to put that emphasis on this next map. The fourth map is Freight Dom. I do not see Envy losing that to Noble.
No, it's just not going to happen in my mind. You know, with Formal slaying the way he is, he's just an absolute beast. And speaking of Formal, key player matchup, Formal versus Chino, a 1.4 overall KD, a 1.9
with an average of 5
Blips
caps. Oh
KD.
My gosh, that's pretty good.
How is that even a statistic right there? 0.84, 0.85,
that is crazy.
and 3 for Chino.
These online stats are pretty crazy, man.
I mean, that's just... I mean, obviously the stats do reflect when both these two teams have played against each other, but that's something else. When you're capping that much and getting that many
Formal's
kills...
pretty good at the game.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's good to know.
That's my analysis.
That's your pro analysis. Formal's pretty good at COD. Who knew? Who knew? But Blitz Warhawk coming up next. And as you said, for me, Noble, they need to take this. And if they do, it's most likely going to go to a game 5.
For sure.
Unless, you know, somehow that Noble hype train that we
Who
saw
do you
yesterday
think the
comes
player on Noble is that needs to take that slaying role over?
completely take it over?
Yeah.
You know, we've seen Slasher take over some massive slaying, and when he does, he kind of catches on fire. But it's kind of like what you said from game 1. It isn't that consistency. It's kind of in moments, like there'll be 2-minute bursts where all of a sudden he becomes unstoppable.
They're going to need it. Look at this matchup stat. Merc has 162 caps with a normal cap ratio per blitz map of 4.5 on Warhawk. That's is a lot of caps. He's very sneaky. I've talked to him quite a bit about this. He has a lot of strategies, especially off the breaks here, that naps his team basically easy caps on the starts.
Well, speaking of Merc, let's have a look at his perspective. He's going to be running down the mid street. Is he going to be able to pick up the first kill? No, he's not. Chino's going to clean him up. JCap goes down as well. So 3 down early on for Team Envious. Formal is going to be the player on your screen. And wow, that was some range on that Vector right there.
I think his Vector's an AR because he's so good. It's unbelievable to see some of these gunfights get shut down, though, after getting those 2 kills at the zigzag area. And I would say that Slasher's doing a great job of staying alive here. Does get taken out, but draws a lot of attention to himself. Noble not getting too much map control. Envy's the one being the more aggressive side as of right now.
And Chino trying to make some plays down the mid-map. He's going to be pushing. He's pushing whilst weak, and Nameless is going to clean him up. Merc, meanwhile, being a little patient on this right-hand side. Noble are putting a lot of pressure early on Team Envious, and there is a player from Noble trying to push up. That was, in fact, Miyagi. He goes down as JCap cleans him up. Merc throwing that smoke. There's a player again just lying to that right-hand side. You can see, thanks to Oracle, but it's Slasher. And Merc's going to win that gunfight. That's a big win. It's going to open up that right-hand side, but 3 plays from Noble playing defense right now.
Great play from Merc right here, not just pushing up that diner alley without his teammates, just delaying the play, waiting for his teammates, and now 3 dead. This is the time that Envy needs to converge on this spawn, making them spawn out at that back white truck or at that front diner area. Merc realizes the spawn switch right away. Huge kills, pinning them in this parking lot area at the front diner. Great job. Merc set up that play right there. Got the first kill, stayed alive, used his smoke grenade as basically a wall to get into diner. JCap jumping in for another one. Looks like someone else capped it though, but good job. That was pretty crazy.
JCap uses complete bait there. He jumps down and unfortunately is not able to get the cap and dies as well. But Envy's off to a great start so far and puts Warhawk 2-0 in the lead. There's now Nameless. Needs to do a little bit of defensive work. There is going to be a player from Noble pushing up once again. The assist comes in. Formal cleans it up. And speaking of Formal, he's kicking things off 7-4. I want to have a look at his screen. If he looks to the right-hand side, there should be a kill for him. Unfortunately, he's only going to get the trade. Merc left last up for Team Envious in the middle of the map. Cleans up 1. And he's in an interesting little spot right now. There's a triangle of Noble players around him, and he's going to opt to leave him and just push down this left side.
Yeah, Envy needs to be careful, though. I'm not sure they realize that there's a player on this left side. but looks like there's a gunfight. Slasher is the one that's getting behind enemy lines right here, going for the cap. Looks like he has it. Great job. Merc barely didn't see his foot through the fence line right there. Great spot from Slasher. A little bit of a sneaky play and able to catch one player from Envy and then get the cap.
Oh, Nameless just completely wrapped around. Sender did not expect that. Yeah. And speaking of Nameless, is he going to try and push? No, again, wants to wait for his teammates. But one player, that was huge two-piece from Merc. I was trying to figure out who that was, but he's just gone so big on defense. Picks up 2 kills, and while that happens, Nameless managed to get himself a cap as well for Envy, so that's a 3-1 advantage in Blitz Warhawk, as he's going to continue with Nameless. The knife comes in as well on Miyagi. Reaction time of Nameless, something else right now. And Formal sneaking around enemy lines.
Yeah, same with the player on Noble. They kind of ran past each other on this fence line here. Let's see if both of these players can make the play. Looks like Formal has a pretty clean cap, but same with the player on Noble. Let's see where the spawn is on this map. Let's see if he realizes that he needs to rotate back left. Yes, he does. Formal smart enough. Great play from here, getting the cap and then instantly playing defense in his base. Formal won the sneaking battle for sure.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Senate trying to do the defensive work. He goes down, and there's a player from Envious going to get the cap.
Oh, barely gets stopped.
Does get stopped. 1 minute 13 still to play in this first side of Blitz Warhawk, because Nameless with a defensive stop on the bottom right of the map there cleans up Slasher. Formal pushing the left-hand side player right in front of him. Is he going to get the kill? No, he's not. Miyagi comes out on top. Merc gets a big kill in the middle of the map. That was Chino. However, there's another player from Noble just roaming around post. It's actually Sender, and I thought for a minute he was going to sneak around that side, but he wasn't able to do so. And Envy, so good at defending.
I love watching Envy play this map. You saw when the score was tied, they sort of played it like I want to make a reference to like a boa constrictor. You saw them sort of like surround each other, and then as soon as they got that 3 dead, what do? They started collapsing instantly from all areas of the map, making the other team spawn out. A little bit of a weird reference, but that's basically what happened. And now that they have the lead, they can just basically roam around the map. They realize Noble needs to be the ones more aggressive, and now expanding their lead. 20 seconds left. Looks like they're going to get at least one more cap out of this. Noble trying to recover, and yes, they do. That is huge kills from them right there. You don't want to go down 5. 4 is still pretty bad on a Warhawk, but great plays from Envy just flowing around the map together. And then as soon as they had the lead, they started sending those 1 or 2 players. Formal going up that left side. Nameless doing these crazy zigzag routes from Garage through the middle, through the left side once again, and picking up those sneak caps. Great job. Sender struggling a little bit at 4 and 13. I saw you had it over his name, man.
Out 4 and 13. The struggle is real for Sender right now, and against a team like Envy, Nameless, Formal, Merc, and JCap, who can all put up big numbers, you can't do that because they will punish you. And that's exactly what they have done. They have a 4-point lead going into the second side of Blitz Warhawk. And, TP, if you were in their position right now, if you were on Noble's team, what would you do differently? What would you be trying to portray? Like, what strategy would you try and use, I guess, is the best way
it seems to be going. They're doing a lot of 1 by 1 by 1 right there. They get a nice break, though. Envy spawning at this right side because the other player's left side pushing up American. Now is where Slasher needs to get aggressive and help his teammates. He needs to realize that his teammates are up on the map. Even if he died right there, it's the pressure that matters right now. Sender making a move on this left side. Nice kill at the bake steps. 2 more players from Envy in their base trying to contest. In this back right spawn in Diner, Envy able to recover, and that's the problem. 1 by 1 by 1. The Noble players are scared to die for their teammates. That's not good. Slasher needed to go right there. No matter if he died, the player from the left side and the middle bake area could converge at the same time. Nameless almost getting by at that mid-alley area, but that's what's setting them apart right now. They're not putting pressure at the same time in multiple lanes.
Okay, well, let's see if they can try and change that up as Formal with snapshot to the right-hand side on Miyagi. Just destroyed him. JCap trying to go for some sneaky plays. Merc's behind a couple of players here. Can he just try and sneaky? He's actually jumped up, and he is going to win that gunfight. But there's going to be 1 more player from Noble trying to do the defensive work, and it's Miyagi.
That's
and Merc timed that so well. Merc that was such a smart play.
Why did he do that? Looks at his minimap. Oh, my player's got that cap. Why do I need to move?
Exactly.
Just waiting at that back spot. Just perfect plays right there. Teamwork, pressure from multiple lanes. Like I've been saying, Envy's doing it 1 million times better right now.
Chino trying to sneak up the middle of the map, and Nameless says, I don't think so, my friend. He picks up that one. Miyagi is going to see someone on the other side of the map there, but there's 1 player in bar. That is going to be Sender. So this could be, going back to what you were talking about, this could be the first time we could really see Noble try and do this. Sender from behind. Can he try and get this cap? It's going to be important teammate does get it. Needs to stay alive. Not going to happen. He does go down. Chino, last man for Noble in the Envy base. He's looking for those kills. And
I don't like that challenge right there. You
didn't-
really
he
need
really
to
needs to
buy
go for
time.
that.
You're the last
Right.
player in their base. So many 1v1 gunfights. They're getting a little bit too antsy on these. You don't need a 3-piece. It's too hard to get those kills in succession against a team like Envy that's rotating. And now Formal playing a little bit slower, pulling out the AR. This is what makes Envy such a dynamic team. Any of them can pull out any weapon at any time and just completely change the style of play. Formal just picking up so many easy kills, posting up with an assault rifle.
Yep, and that's going to make Noble's task even more difficult. 2.5 minutes. They are down by 4. Slasher picks up 1. That was JCap. Now, can he try and make a play down this right side? He's going to see the legs of Formal. Does clean him up, but there's 2 more players from Envious in the middle street, and he's going to get immediately wiped out. And you'd have to see Noble not really pushing as quickly as you would like. You know, time is ticking away, and there is still a 4-point deficit. They're going to need to get some caps, and they're going to need to do it quickly.
Yeah, Noble's not having a problem at all slaying right now, but it's not together. There's just random gunfights in the middle of the map, always letting an Envy player get behind them. This player
Like
at the
that?
middle street, Chino, you cannot realize that the player is like just letting him by, basically letting your teammates die. JCap now
JCap.
ended up paying for it, getting a 2-piece. They're just
Three-piece.
not, oh my gosh, JCap turning up, easy cap, thank you very much. That's a mistake from Noble. It's been happening all game, creating these mismatches on the lanes. JCap taking advantage of it.
Yep, completely. 3-piece and a cap. And intelligent map awareness really to kick things off. And again, similar thing has just happened. We just seen Merc do that. He's allowed 2 players to just essentially run straight past him. And on the other side of the map, his teammates done exactly the same thing. That's going to be JCap. Merc should
Free
slide
cap.
this one in. JCap, meanwhile, is going to be waiting. And that's a complete free cap for him. You know, there's absolutely no point even looking at his screen at that point because it's 100% going to be a cap for Envious. It's an 8-2 point lead. Sender trying to make some plays to the other side. JCap is about to run in that cap, but Sender's going to trade it. But still, a 6-point lead, 1 minute left. And you can see the control that actually Noble do have of the Envy base.
There is a slight chance of coming back right here, but they need a cap pretty much for the rest of the time going on right now. And
Not
Envy's
gonna
going to
happen.
relight this. It's not going to happen. It's just too much ground to cover so quickly. Slasher, nice win in his base, but it's all too little too late. Noble fighting way too many 1v1 gunfights. You see Slasher, he's slaying fine. He's not having problems winning gunfights, but it's the position of the gunfights and what you do afterwards. There's certain situations like where he's not pushing where he needs to be there. I saw it several times from not just one of the players, but all the players on Noble. They're just scared to die, scared to pressure from multiple lanes, and that's how you create openings. Envy's not hesitating at all when it's pushing
Right.
up. You see JCap literally running through the middle street, running these zigzag routes. Same with Nameless. He'll get a knife kill and run back out of cover just because he's making them watch so many areas, which leads for Envy to just get by getting these easy caps basically uncontested.
And that is, of course, going to be game number 3. Done and dusted. Team Envious are going to pick that one up, and that's going to give them a 2-1 lead in the series. You know, team, we both sat there and we said the next game we're going to see is going to be some freight domination. We're not feeling too confident in it for Noble when it comes down to that because just the way that Envy are clicking, and I guess you can really see now why they are the number 1 seed coming
Most
into this. They are just playing so well.
The only consistent
It's
team
crazy.
we've seen in this tournament, to be quite honest. They're playing so
true.
methodically correct. The percentages, they're playing the situations perfectly, waiting for each other. You see Merc get a kill, doesn't instantly run and try and get the 2-3-piece hero play. That's not needed in this game.
Right.
He waits at Diner, waits for teammates to put pressure,
Yep.
and as soon as they're all ready, they all go at once. It doesn't matter who dies. If you get the cap on the board, that's all that matters.
Well, we'll have game number 4, domination on freight, coming up after this quick commercial break.